I don't think Percy Harvin's going to be with the Minnesota Vikings. First off, his rookie contract is almost up, and I doubt that front office believes he's going to want to re-sign in Minnesota. So rather than just losing him, I think they'll try to trade him away, see what they can get. People have been saying possibly as high as a second-round draft pick for him, which would be huge. You also got to look at the free agency market. Obviously, Minnesota will be looking at Greg Jennings. If that falls through, there's also Pittsburgh wide receivers Mike Wallace, New England's Wes Welker, who's a very similar type of guy to Harvin, not quite the dynamic athlete, and Kansas City's Dwayne Bowe. I think there's other options out there for the Vikings, and they will pursue them rather than risk losing Harvin for no compensation.
Exactly.
We finished today's odds makers with the Miami Heat and the NBA. The All-Star break is over. There's only 30 games to play. The Miami Heat are the defending champions. LeBron looks like he's going to win another MVP. They look like they're the best team out there. So we'll go with them as the favorite. Percentage chance that anybody other than the Miami Heat will finish as the champions this year in the NBA.
I am absolutely 100% for the Heat. I mean, LeBron, we all know he's going to get the MVP this year, but I definitely think that the Heat is a team to beat this year. I don't think there's anything else that I can say about it, but...
Well, I'm going to disagree. The Dream Team's doing work, but there's a lot of competition out there. The Clippers, the Spurs, the old team, but the good team, all of a sudden making their way through, and Oklahoma City Thunder. But I'm going to go that they 80% chance that they don't win the title, and I'm calling that the Clippers win the whole thing.
The Clippers?
The Clippers are my guys.
I heard you mention OKC. Did you see what happened when OKC played Miami before the All-Star break?
I didn't. What happened?
Yeah, they killed them. OKC didn't even belong in the same court.
True.
It was unbelievable. I'm going 0% chance that anybody not named the Miami Heat will win the NBA championship this year. There are some threats out there. The Indiana Pacers have really overachieved without Danny Granger, who's been out since November. He's on his way back. Pacers are legit. Boston. I know.
Boston.
Since Rondo has been out, they're not a better team, but they're playing better basketball. Their offense was predictable with Rondo. It was always high pick and rolls. The offense rolled through Rondo exclusively. Right now, it's an equal opportunity offense. They're much better defensively, and they're denying teams driving to the inside. You also got to worry about teams out west like San Antonio and the Clippers. But in the end, nobody will touch the Miami
City,
Heat.
let's go.
And LJ,
We'll
who's
see.
not MJ, will capture his second NBA championship.
Never will be MJ.
We've got to take a quick break, but stay tuned. Sports Talk Live will be back right after this. A look at what makes UWL so fantastic.
Fact: University of Wisconsin La Crosse is ranked the #2 college in the Midwest.
UW La Crosse is ranked number 34 for out-of-state students among public universities nationwide.
UW La Crosse is ranked as one of the most military-friendly schools in the nation.
UW La Crosse is number 24 among medium colleges and universities for Peace Corps volunteers.
Back to Sports Talk Live. We're glad you're joining us, world. We're going to wrap things up here with a few short odds and ends, and we'll begin back looking at baseball and the entire scope of MLB spring training. I want you guys to give me your top 1 or 2 teams that you expect to be contenders at the end of the season in about 9 months.
All right, well, I'm going to start out with the Anaheim Angels. You know, I think just in the early stages that we've seen so far, they have Josh Hamilton, and I mean, they have Pujols, so if everything goes smoothly at the end of the season, I think they're definitely going to come out on top. As far as the NL, Washington Nationals, it's been quoted, they are first in WAR, first in peace, first in starting pitching, and soon to be first in the MLB. So we'll see how that goes over.
Look at you.
Boom, you're going. Okay, I couldn't agree with you more. I have the Angels. I think they did a heck of a job off-season this year, bringing in Josh Hamilton. Also, the good old Detroit Tigers with the one and only Justin Verlander. I think they have a shot. For the NL, I think the Giants, the defending guys, and then Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper is coming back, and they got him fully loaded. He's going all season long, and I think he's going to be an excellent attribute to their pitching staff, and he's going to bring the heat for sure.
Cool.
This is going to be a little bit of an interesting baseball season in my perspective, especially when you start looking at the AL East. Yankees? Nope.
No.
Red Sox? Nope. Blue Jays? You betcha. The Blue Jays are my pick out of the AL to represent in the World Series. I think they'll take down the Angels in the ALCS.
I don't know.
Healthy Jose Bautista alongside with a breakout star in Edwin Encarnacion. The Blue Jays are looking dangerous. They picked up R.A. Dickey and Mark Burley, Jose Reyes, Melky Cabrera, who's injecting the arms.
Right.
We'll see what happens with him. But these are going to be table setters. I'm going with the Blue Jays out of the AL and the Dodgers, who spent a ton of money, a lot of pressure on Donnie Baseball out west, but the Dodgers and the Blue Jays to represent in the World Series.
I like it.
And we are going to close up. Our final thing to take care of today is saying goodbye to somebody who probably feels like a true friend. Donald Driver retired a few weeks ago, a very emotional time for Packer fans, coaches, teammates, and Driver himself. Quickly, guys, Donald Driver's legacy to you as fans as a Green Bay Packer.
I don't think there's anyone out there today who doesn't like Donald Driver. His smile, everybody knows and loves. His attitude, his altruism. Just as a team player overall. He actually left a few weeks ago saying, "Success has not changed me. I am the same skinny little kid that walked in here in 1999, and I am the same little skinny kid, grown man that walks out in 2013.
Couldn't agree more. Even though I loved watching Donald Driver on the field, that's not really why I loved him most of all. I go to a lot of training camps up in Green Bay, and there's one thing that just drives me nuts. After their training, they get done, and those guys are walking by hundreds of kids who just want a couple autographs on their cards. And most of those big-name guys just walk on by, smile, and hop on their bike. But every time I've been up there, Donald Driver stops, says hi to the kids, and signs a few cards, and just goes on his way. And that just shows what kind of stand-up guy he is.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of memories about Donald Driver, but I would say my favorite memory was a couple seasons ago, their Super Bowl season. I was in attendance at Lambeau Field for his amazing touchdown catch, maybe the highlight of his career against the 49ers, where he should have been tackled about 17 times, including by his own teammates. Just a real true definition of the fortitude that Donald brought to the football field and to life every single day. That will wrap up our topics for today, but we're not done. It's FaceTime. And I am going to start out with a little story about a young girl who likes to play football. Caroline Pla played football for 6 years. The 11-year-old offensive guard started playing Pop Warner football when she was 5. In 5th grade, she joined the Junior Varsity Catholic Youth Organization by the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, a religious organization. After this past season, Caroline was banned from the league by the Archdiocese because of a complaint from an opposing coach. The Archdiocese claimed that football is a full-contact sport designed for boys, and keeping girls out of the league only protects them from injury. Hello? All people get hurt on the football team, boys and girls. Caroline took her hits, but she also laid many boys on their little butts. In fact, she was elected to the All-Star team as an offensive guard and D lineman, and she's one of the biggest players in the league. This issue should force us to re-examine the progress of sexism in the sports world and the idea that girls are soft and gentle and should not be playing contact sports. If you'd like to sign the petition to let Caroline and other girls continue to play in Pop Warner football, go to change.org and let the Catholic Diocese know that they should keep their traditional, crusty, religious views in the church and off our football field. Noey?
All right, well, I just want to wrap up with a quick shout out to my UWL swim and dive team. Both the guys and the girls did great this past weekend in Milwaukee. Girls came out on top with a win over 200 points, so just want to do a little shout out to them.
And I'm sticking with the ladies. Come Sunday, Danica will be leading on the green flag at Daytona 500. Lately in the news, she's been downplaying the fact that she is a girl in the racing world representing for the ladies.